Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Nitsa and today is a WIPs update catch up with you all. Now you may remember on the 10th of January 2025, so about 3 weeks ago, I came on and I shared all my WIPs that I had carried over from 2024 and quite a few that were sleeping for a lot longer than that. There were 11 in total. We sat down, we named them all, and then I asked you to give me some ideas on which ones I should frog or finish. Now let me tell you, I have been actively working on 5 of them. So that's pretty much half right, guys, which I'm very proud of. You know, being on school holidays has been so much fun because I've had all this extra time. So I thought, let me apply it to my WIPs. So I decided after reading all your comments, and let me tell you, some of them really touched my heart. So you might be surprised at the ones that we don't frog today. I will show you my very, very favorite one at the very end. I think by now you've all guessed which one it was. If you didn't watch that video, please go ahead and do so because it'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But all of you had great ideas about why I should frog things and why I should finish them. I love the enthusiasm. I still remember when I saw Thea's comment, for example, and she did inspire me for a couple of these projects, I have to say. She just jumped on. She said, wait, and had all these great ideas. But so did all of you. Each and every one of you had an idea about the projects, how to complete them, or how to change them up a little bit to, not sacrifice all that hard work. Or the colors, for example, Shirley was horrified that the purple project was going to be frogged. Let me tell you, it hasn't been. Spoiler alert coming to you. I'll show you that one first. So I have been so excited to be able to work on these projects, and I look forward to working on the others. Now there is one project bag that is still sitting that I'll bring to you, maybe as a separate video of its own, because one of our lovely yarny friends had a brilliant idea for that one, and I want to engage you in that one as well. So stay tuned, that one will be coming out to you soon. So let's start off with the very, very first one. So this is the one that we were calling the wave blanket, and at the time I was thinking of frogging it. I have used this Yarn Maker yarn here, which I purchased I think for like $5 a ball or something a long time ago from Big W, 2 years ago. The attraction for me, as you can imagine, is the purple, but of course there was glitter in there as well. It is a soft yarn considering there is glitter in it, but that component of it isn't that soft. But in saying that, I absolutely loved working with this yarn, and I had started making a wave blanket. And because it was sitting there for way too long, and I can't remember who said this, but a few people agreed and, added to it, there shouldn't really be a rule to how long we have a sleeping WIP. Maybe it's put a time to put it back in timeout or in another room and revisit it again. And that was the best advice as well, because I thought, why am I so eager to get rid of something that I actually love? And the only component, or the only factor, was that it had been sitting there for way too long. Well, that's what I thought, but there's no real rules to this, guys. You make them your own. So once again, that's why I love that we have these chats. So this wave blanket turned into a cover for a box that I had been sitting there for so long. So a lot of you might have IKEA where you live. So this is the box when it's flat packed, and this is a 33 by 33, and so 33 across, 33 up in height, and then the width of it, so it's 38 centimeters, or 13 by 13 by 15 inches. And why I'm showing you this is because I had two just sitting there. So I didn't even have to, worry about pulling out the yarn from one of my other, little boxes like this, or totes, whatever you want to call it, because I really wanted this to happen. So all I had to do, guys, was from that original piece that you have seen in the WIPs video on the 10th of January, I just seamed it up the side and I dressed this box. In actual fact, there's a little flap that sits inside as well. So if I ever had a bigger box, I could actually add it to that too, but I'm not going to. And all the yarns in here that you see are for my temperature blanket. So here is the seam, guys. See, you can't see it, and that's okay. It's on a corner. And look at this beautiful box that I have now. And it is so pretty with all of my gorgeous yarns, and I'm absolutely loving making my 1965 temperature blanket for my 60th birthday year this year. Those of you that don't know, go and watch that video too. It is a great one. So this is the box that I covered, guys, and that was Thea's suggestion. So thank you so much, Thea. Some of you may have suggested it along the way, and I'm sorry if I've missed you. It's just been about 3 weeks since I last read all those comments, but they were all warming my heart. So let me put this box down because it's very, very heavy, guys. Oh, as you can imagine, there's about 14 different colors of 200-gram balls of yarn in there. So that was the very, very first one that I completed because I thought it's just a seam. Let's get started and like feel that, you know, that reward that you get. Is it euphoria? What's that word, you know, that feeling that you get where you think, oh my gosh, I've achieved something and I could tick it off my list. So let me get my marker now. And let's tick that one off the list today, guys, because we've actually completed it. And here it is. Wave blanket, which was the project number 7. Tick. We've done that one. And then I thought, okay, I'm rolling on a high here. Let's keep going. What else can I work on? Now, the other one that I was going to frog, reason being again that it was sitting there for too long, was the Bag O Day blanket. And so many of you said, why don't you just finish it and see if it, you know, because I did sort of think at the time too, it could make a nice shawl, but it is very, very heavy, this blanket, guys. I'll show it to you up close. It has got some yarn in there, but look at the great colors, right? So what I'm doing for this one, I'm holding together 2 yarns, my Semco, which is a very thin 8-ply or DK weight yarn, just in acrylic. It is an older yarn, but it's still available at Spotlight. And then this came to me in Millends. And because they're both very, very thin yarns, the Semco is the same. Oh, can I hold them together? Probably not, but they're both thinner yarns. When I put them together, I'm using a 6.5mm hook, which I'm very comfortable with. It wasn't too thin. And this project does actually grow really nicely. It is quite mindless as well. So the pattern is, I sourced the pattern. I went back and I remember there was a blue blanket in the video, the thumbnail, and I remember it said something about easy blanket, and it is. It's the easy crochet blanket. It's a 1-row repeat after you set it up. It's multiples of 3 for any of you that want to make it as well, and it's just a single crochet, 2 double crochets in the 1 stitch in that single crochet, and you jump across to the next one and just continue until you grow it. Now I did unravel all my yarn because it was a mess in that bag, guys. Now it's beautiful. If you could look inside that bag, all of these cakes here are actually beautiful. I am not going to be doing any color controlling because I think that was also something that held me back, because at the time, you know, many years ago, a couple of years ago, you really grow as a crocheter, and that factor isn't that important anymore for yarn that's striping. It's going to be beautiful regardless, I've learned along the way. So no more color controlling, and I'm just letting it finish where it does. So I've got there's a sock here full of one of the colorful yarn, the cake yarn, and my Semco I am attached, and I have done, maybe I would say that it grew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 to 8 rows since I last saw you. Now this blanket is very, very wide, guys, so it is going to take a while to grow, but why should I, you know, get rid of it when in actual fact it is going to be a beautiful warm blanket? Some of you did say it could be a blanket just for donations, and the minute that I saw that, I thought this can't be frog, guys. So I am adding to this as we, you know, as I can, and it is going to be one of those projects that'll be great in winter because when it's on you, it keeps you very, very warm. It's beautiful. It is just acrylic yarn, but it's beautiful. Now, the other one that you might remember, and let me just reach over because I'm using blanket yarn. Now, this one didn't take very long to finish at all, and it was, oh, hold on. Oh, no, I can't tick that one off because it's not finished. But this one here I can tick off because this one is a completed project now. It's an FO. So this is the Troll from the Troll movie. So this was the movie marquee blanket. And I ended up making it, it's about 42 inches by 42 inches. Originally I was going to do, so when you last saw it, I was here. I had finished this lot here. This is folded in half. So I'd finished the yellow, and then I was going to add the pink stripes, and then I was going to add some more yellow. But because I hadn't chained wide enough, it was just going to look odd, the shape. So I decided to just do it in the 2 colors. And of course, this is like the Suzette stitch here. And the pattern is by, I think, Play Hooky With Me. And all that information is in the other video if you're interested. Sorry guys, I haven't written it down again. I did use a 12mm hook with this one, which I really enjoyed. It's just one of those, is it like, oops, like a resin hook, I think that's what it's called. And I did use my Millens, so blanket yarn. If you're not familiar with blanket yarn, I love it. It is 100% polyester yarn, and you usually use an 8mm hook with it for blankets, and other things. I've got a whole playlist on blanket yarn makes. I think there's 10 episodes. Or amigurumi, I think I use a 7mm hook, but this one was a 10mm hook, and it worked out perfectly. And then the yellow and the hot pink colors, which I absolutely love, and how beautifully did they marry with that. They were my Motivera Blankie yarn in just pink and yellow. Quite simply, they were the colors. And now this one is actually going to donations. So I'm so happy that I've got it ready for our Crocheting for the Community Winter Appeal Drive that ends this April. So this is a completed project, a NEFO, and oh my gosh guys, this is so soft and squishy. I absolutely love that. So that one we can actually tick off. So that is our movie marquee, and it is done. That's one that we had voted to finish anyway because I knew it was for donations. This one was meant to be frogged, but that did not happen. And the Bag O Day was destined, oh, we didn't know, it had a big question mark. So now we know it's not getting frogged, guys. So there's an update for you as well. Now, this one I absolutely love. So this is the one that we were calling the KK and Kristen blanket. It is definitely destined to be finished because it's my blanket. I absolutely love it because the yarn, one of the yarns, this one here, this Red Heart Super Saver was sent to me by our friends KK and Kristen over at K&K Crochet, and I did team it up with all the other colors you're going to see in the blanket, which are just my very own Spot Saver USA style yarn, which I always knew would marry up perfectly with the Red Heart. Love these yarns together. And as I said, this one for me was a keeper. The squares that I made, if you don't recall, were the Sunburst Granny squares. This is what I've done so far, guys. So I have started stitching them together. I've got the corner, that's the corner, the top corner there. So I have tried to piece, I did take a photo of how I wanted the layout. So far I've done 3 strips of 8. So 3 8s are 24. And then I have another 40 to put on because there are 64 squares. Now I have done a little bit more work. Let me show you up close what it looks like. How pretty are they? So I did 8 of each version of the square with the different colors. And now, so that I'm very well organized this time round, I've got the bundles and numbered the rows. So rows 4, 5, and 6. And the top square I know is from left to right. So it's going to, and then 4, 5, 6, and I have 2 more. 7, I don't know if you can see there, I've written on there as well, 7, and I've written left to right on top, so don't forget, and 8. So these will be added in strips again. So what I do is I crochet, for those of you that may not be sure, I crochet each row, join them together, and then I add it to the blanket. It took me forever to sew in the end, guys. And do you think that I've learnt my lesson? No, I've got ends everywhere. But maybe I'll address the ends before I add the next row. That might be, you know, a nice grown-up way to think about it. So that one was definitely going to be on the list to be finished, and I am working on it quite actively because I would love to be able to use that this winter. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now number 5. Now this one here is my absolute favorite. I don't even know what I was thinking saying that I would ever frog it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, now you will know. I started making a stitch sampler blanket out of blanket yarn. So our stitch sampler Cal 2023, the blanket that we made together, I took all the stitches and some blanket yarn, And I started to crochet what was going to be a rug for Coco to lay on. And all of you were the ones that just said to me, what are you thinking? You know, when Coco comes to visit, because you know she's always in our hearts, but she'll have somewhere to lie. I couldn't continue crocheting it because I thought what a silly color to put on the floor. It is a creamy white color, but I made a cushion out of it. And I do believe it was Thea that first said, make a cushion, and I did. Now this cushion I love. I've already been using it, and just hugging it brings me so much joy, let me tell you. So what was I thinking, guys? Now this cushion is in actual fact 18 inches by 14 inches or 46 by 36 centimeters. And it is so squishy. I actually had the insert, and all I've done is put some tassel ties on it for now. I think it is so, so pretty. And look at the stitches, aren't they gorgeous? Now, Thea did suggest that I put a colored cushion insert. I didn't have one, truth be told, and I just wanted to get it done because I really wanted to be able to sit with it and hold it. And let me tell you, I have been. It is so nice when I sit back on it because it is quite firm. It's not a soft floppy cushion insert. I actually squished it in a little bit so that I would make it a bit firmer, and I absolutely love this. So this is an FO now, and I'm so happy that I did not frog it. So let's us go to, where is it? What are we calling it? The Stitch Sampler 2023 I called it. So let's tick that one, and it's done. So we've got 1, 2, 3 projects finished out of 5 that I've been actively working on. I can't tell you all how much I appreciate that you actually take the time to sit with me, to think about what I should be doing with my whips, and that just warms my heart so much. What we always say, guys, and it is so, so true, our Yarny community is just amazing. We are full of love for each other, and we truly are the best cheerleaders. So thank you so very, very much once again. I will be bringing you a couple more updates like this throughout the months, but there is one bag that I'm looking at as I'm talking to you that we really need to address, and it's going to be a great project that we can all do together, but I have to give credit to the person who put it in my head. So stay tuned for that. They will be coming to you soon, but for now we're done because I've got more whips to work on, guys. So I hope you're all keeping well, and until I see you all very, very soon, take care everyone. Bye bye for now.